Darren Meenan, it's a great win here, and the result in Inchicore went your way as well.
Yeah, it's good to be top tonight, but we'll get back training now on Monday and look forward to next week against Drogheda in a derby game. So we'll look forward to that.
Solid performance from both sides tonight, and the sending off was sort of the game changer, wasn't it?
We didn't really see it, to be honest, but I think it was a bit of obstruction. I wouldn't have gave a yellow myself, but little things like that go your way. That bit of luck, and lucky enough we got the 3 points tonight.
The performance, it was, as I mentioned, it was a good performance, especially from the sort of the midfield in Dundalk. But UCD, they managed to keep you out until, as I said, that sending off. Like they were quite solid at the back as well.
Yeah, I thought we had one or two chances. UCD always play good football, and they could catch you on the break. But tonight, lucky enough, we got two great finishes from Pat Holman and Richie Tell.
Back to your old club. It seems like I'm only ever speaking to you when you're back at your old club, but it's another happy result for you at UCD.
It's just glad that we got the 3 points, and as you say, Pat's strong tonight, and we go top.
Finally, we're into this, like we're going to be in September with the next time you play a competitive game, and it's looking very, very good for Dundalk. It's definitely looking a lot better than, obviously you weren't there last year, but it's looking a lot better than this time last year.
Stephen's come in and he's changed the club. He's a good man, and he's a good footballer man, and he's great knowledge about the game, and I think it shows us on the pitch this year.
Alright, thanks very much. Stephen Kenny, great result against UCD. They tried to contain you, but that sending off was sort of the turning point, was it?
Well, I think we looked like we were going to score. We missed a good few chances before that period. I think the players were terrific tonight. We were patient, compact defensively, created chances. Just the goal wouldn't come. I think the player getting sent off, the young player, was unfortunate. Very, haven't seen a situation like that before. It was only on 4 minutes. So it was quite unfortunate. But we capitalised on it, and we got 2 goals. But we looked like scoring anyway. I felt, but it definitely didn't do us any harm.
And with that result in Inchicore, it's you're top of the league, and I know there's a good few games to go, but it's looking very good for Dundalk so far.
Well, I think we're just focusing on ourselves. St Pat's play twice before we play next week, so really we're just looking at ourselves, trying to maximise our points from our games.
And it's been quite a good season for Dundalk. Obviously, as I said, there's still a bit to go, but it's in comparison to sort of last year, a lot of teams would have gone out, even when you were manager at Shamrock Rovers, a lot of teams would have gone out to go beat Dundalk because they were near the lower regions of that table. But now a lot of teams go out to not lose against you.
Yeah. Well, Dundalk finished bottom last year, so that's why we were 130 to 1 outsiders this year. So that's why. That's the way it goes. But to be fair, people don't rate. We've got good players. I think maybe some of the players weren't as well known, but they're showing that they're of a high calibre, and they're showing that they have a right attitude. And if you put good players that have the good attitude, the right attitude together as a cohesive unit, you've got something special, and we have something special at the moment.
Finally, as you mentioned, you've got that special something from the lads. Like it's the quality, just even on paper, let alone on the pitch of the midfield. You got the likes of Richie Towell, Stephen O'Donnell. It's a really, really tough quality starting 11 squad that you have to be able to put out every week.
Well, I think listen, we have to keep it going. I don't know, we're not really in the business of patting ourselves on the back now at this stage. Got to get ready and drop the next week and get a right game there. Big crowd in Oriel, great to see big crowd, passion. Not only people that come to matches, people that come to support their team. The passion, that's what you need.
Alright, thanks very much. Martin Russell, tough results, but barring, it really seems like that harsh sending off was what changed it.
I think the send off, it's a turning point in the game. Up to them were level scores, So, but we said at half time we needed to be better to win the game, and credit to Dundalk. They've come here and they've shown why they've gone top tonight. So there's no shame in losing, but we would have liked to have competed with the 11, and we just failed as well. Maybe again, if there is a case of common sense being shown, it's in that situation there where the player's just eager to go on the field and gets punished.
It seemed like a bit of a sort of a crazy few minutes that Michael was on the pitch.
It was for Michael, particularly because it's one yellow card that's followed so quickly after the other. But what can you do? The kid's eager to go on, and we've got the paperwork in, but he's just run on the wrong time. He's awarded the yellow card, but we've been hurt by it, and that's the unfortunate thing. But we go, as always, we've bounced back from disappointments this year, and no better place than the Carlisle ground next week to put things right.
You mentioned the Carlisle grounds, Bray, really big game, especially with the way the results went tonight. It's really important for UCD to keep getting those wins against teams in and around you. Yeah,
it's important. As I said, but what's more important is that we have a group of players that relish the opportunity to play in the Premier League, and at the end of the season they're on merit and want to continue the upward curve in terms of learning and improving as players. So that's the bigger picture, and that's what hopefully come the end of the season we'll be able to say we've achieved. And the focus now is to take each game as it comes, from Bray being a big one. Looking forward to that next week.
And the way that you lined out tonight, obviously you're against the team top of the league. You're not going to go gung ho with loads of strikers, but it showed how good the UCD players are. They could soak up that pressure for those 70 minutes, obviously, until.
Yeah, and I felt we could have played better, to be honest. I thought we defended well, not giving them too many chances, but I thought when we did pass it well, we were capable of getting in, but we didn't pass it well often enough. Yeah. And it was only in patches that we showed what we're capable of. So we're looking to improve on that again in our next game. And as I say, Bray is a big one now. But the others following it will all be big. I think it'll go down to the wire, both ends of the table, as I said before. So it's an interesting league for all supporters of all the teams, and that's a good thing.
Alright, thanks very much. Chris Shields, great result, and the one in Inchicore is pretty good for you as well.
Yeah, it's great. We've done the main thing tonight was to do our jobs here, though, to be fair. No one likes to come here. They're good football inside, and they can catch it on the counter. They've shown, they beat us in Oriel Park by doing that. Then just to top it off, to hear that ball was equalised against Pats, wasn't it? Yeah, it just tops the night off, to be fair.
They tend to sort of soak up the pressure, UCD, and that sending off really allowed Dundalk a bit more freedom, especially in that final third.
That's it. Yeah, they were doing that for most of the game, sitting back and hoping to hit us on the break, soaking up a lot of pressure, to be fair. And then when that sending off happened, it's just then bit of luck during the season that you get that helps you along to maybe win trophies at the end of it.
You're one of the few players who remained from last season's squad. It's quite different the way the teams like to line up against you this year, because you're in that top of the table thing, and teams they go out to not lose almost against Dundalk.
I know, they're doing stuff that we were doing towards the end of last year, setting up 4-1, and hopefully absorbing pressure and then catching us on the break. But it's a nice change for myself, being one of very few from last year. Like me, P, Stevie Mac, that's all I can think of is from last year.
Must be a bit of a confidence booster when Stephen called you at the start of the season and was like, I want you to be one of the elite few.
I know, it shows a bit of faith that he had in the very select few of us that remained from last year. So it is nice that he had a bit of faith in some of the players from last year, to say it wasn't all doom and gloom, that we went all to blame.
And this season, it's been, as I said, it's been a lot happier. You're in that title race. You're still in the FAI Cup. It's been a very, very good season for Dundalk so far. But there's still a good few matches left.
Oh yeah, it is. There's a fair old bit to go now. There, we just focus on the next game. We're not getting ahead of ourselves as well. We used to look at Pats have to play twice before we even play again. So we're just every week we're just looking on to the next game. We're not getting ahead of ourselves.
All right, thanks very much. Stephen O'Donnell, great result for yourselves, and the way it went in Inchicore, you're top of the league.
Yeah, great result, and I suppose the other result went our way, but still 7 games to go. Pats, if they go up and beat Derry on Tuesday, they're back top of the league, so there's going to be swings and roundabouts between now and the end of the season.
It was a very solid performance, especially from the Dundalk midfield, but that sending off is what sort of allowed you to open those floodgates.
Yeah, I think it was maybe a bit frustrating. First half we had a good few chances, their keeper made good saves and that, but the key was just to stay patient and make sure we didn't concede ourselves, and we knew we'd probably get more chances and maybe nick one, and as you said, the sending off sort of opened things up for us, and I think we capitalised on it.
UCD have proved to be a banana peel, not just for yourselves but for a lot of teams this year, especially the way they managed to soak up that pressure until it's very tough to score sort of late on. So Dundalk showed the quality they have as a team when they got that elusive goal and then the second.
Yeah, they've good athletes, UCD, and they play with a freedom. I think Martin Russell encourages them to play the right way, and they're not afraid to knock it about, and they can be potential very tricky opponents for teams, but I think we dealt with them pretty much well. They had a long range effort. Pete, good save in the first half, and apart from that, I can't really remember too many chances. So I don't think you can argue. I think we deserve to win.
A lot of teams, sort of the way like Dundalk, they've been sort of a surprise package this year, and a lot of teams that you go to their ground or they come here, especially teams sort of in the lower reaches of the table, and they'd line out to not lose as opposed to try to go out and win it. And it must be very tough to play against that sort of side.
Yeah, it just shows you, I think, the respect we've earned. You know, it wasn't like that at the start of the season where teams were setting up to be difficult to break down, but we're sort of getting that now with teams coming just trying to stop us, and it's just up to us to stay patient and not really try and force it, and knowing that when the teams get a bit tired of that in the second half and the game spreads out, you know, you're going to get your chances and you have to be clinical then.
Alright, thanks very much. Richie Towell, good result, a smashing goal, and with the way that the Inchicore game went, it's looking very good for Dundalk now.
Yeah, it's fabulous. Obviously we just wanted to concentrate on our game. Getting the 3 points here was massive. A lot of teams have came here and dropped points, so to come here and get the win and obviously get the goal is a little special touch, you know.
The UCD, they lined up to suck in that pressure that you were obviously going to put on them, and that sending off really made the difference for you.
Yeah, it did. We knew they were going to play like that. They play very deep and try and catch it on the counter attack. They have a lot of fast attacking players to do, so we knew they were going to sit deep and then try and catch us on the break. So we just needed to play the way we play and keep playing the right football, and the chances came for us, and it was great to get the win, you know.
You know, like UCD, as I said, you know, they came out, they had that sort of defensive mindset, because Dundalk are obviously as of now top of the league, and like how difficult is it to play against a team like that, whereas like you'd obviously be used to at other teams, and at the start of the season when Dundalk were sort of a less they were an unexpected quantity, like how different is it to play against teams who they go out to not lose against you?
I know it's difficult. It is. Obviously the teams know what we're all about now. They do, so they know we have fast attacking players, and they know we like to play football and do 1-2s and get in about and play the right way. So when they sit off and try and play defensive, it's very frustrating, but we just need to concentrate on our own jobs, and thankfully it paid dividends, and we got 2 goals and we got the 3 points, which is the main thing, you know.
And you know, as I mentioned, like you're top of the league. It's pretty drastic. Obviously you weren't even in the country at the time that Dundalk were bottom of the league like this time last year, but it's some turnaround for 12 months. Like,
yeah, it's been a massive turnaround. I think Stephen Kenny has done an unbelievable job so far. We're not there yet, so we just need to keep plugging away and keep putting in the performances that we know we can, and come the end of the season we feel that we're good enough to win the league, so hopefully we can do that, you know.
And finally, you know, you've had a couple of managers throughout your time playing football. How would Stephen Kenny compare to the likes, you know, sort of Pat Fenlon or the managers of Celtic, etc.?
Yeah, obviously my time at Celtic was great. It was they gave me a great introduction to football, but obviously my time at Hibs was a bit different. It was very frustrating, but playing under Stephen is great. It is. He's letting me get a little bit further forward now, which I always wanted, and I think I'm paying tribute to that, and I'm after getting 2 goals in the last 2 games, so I think he's taking credit for it as well. So it's great. It is. It's great when everything seems to fall into your plan, you know, and it's just fabulous at the moment.
Alright, thanks very much.